Hello and welcome to the career simulation of projected third overall pick in 2024 Ivan Demidov. For starters, Demidov would be playing for SKA St. Petersburg of the KHL, and yes, I did finally add other leagues. Anyway, he is on the first center line of St. Petersburg. In his first season in the KHL, Demidov would score 121 points in 68 games. St. Petersburg would finish 6th in the league and would make the playoffs. Unfortunately, in the first round, Dynamo Moscow would eliminate St. Petersburg in a 6-game series. In 6 games, Demidov would record 5 points. In the draft lottery, the Ducks and the Blackhawks have the best odds at the first and second overall pick. Okay, I do not know how this happened, but the Oilers and the Islanders would receive the first and second overall pick. With the second overall pick, the Islanders would pick up Demidov. Demidov is a 76 overall with medium elite potential, and he would not receive his rookie contract, but he is already an 82. Since Demidov does not have a contract, he would be staying in St. Petersburg as a first-line left wing. In 67 games, Demidov would score 97 points. St. Petersburg would miss the playoffs, finishing 10th in the league as well. In year 2, he would finally receive his first NHL contract at 3 years for $887,000 and is also an 84. He is still an 84 at the start of season 3. At the start of his first NHL season, he will be playing on the second right wing line alongside Kevin Hayes and Oliver Wahlstrom. In 82 games, Demidov would put up 58 points. Not bad at all. Unfortunately, though, the Islanders would miss the playoffs, finishing 26th. He is now an 85. In 82 games, Demidov would put up 85 points, showing quick progression. The Islanders are showing the opposite, which is slow progression, as they would miss the playoffs, this time finishing 20th. In his final year of his rookie contract, he is now an 86. In 78 games, Demidov would score 74 points. The Islanders would finishing 29th. He is now an 87 overall and would sign a 2-year contract with the Islanders for $6.9 million. At the start of the season, however, he is now an 88. In 51 games, Demidov scored 53 points. The Islanders would finish 23rd in the league. He is now down to an 87. In a full season, Demidov would score 79 points. The Islanders would miss the playoffs, finishing 18th. Demidov would receive a new contract at 7 years worth $9.5 million. He is also now an 89. In 82 games, Demidov would score 73 points. The Islanders would not be showing any progression as they finished 22nd in the league. He is now a 90. In 72 games, Demidov would score 84 points. Ivan Demidov would finally reach maximum potential at 90 overall. In 82 games, Demidov would score 92 points. The Islanders would surprisingly make the playoffs, finishing 17th. The Islanders would be eliminated in the second round to the Capitals in 5 games. In 11 games, Demidov would score 8 points. Demidov is still a 90. In 82 games, Demidov scored 95 points. The Islanders finished 24th. Demidov is still a 90. In 81 games, Demidov scored 82 points. The Islanders would finish 12th and make yet another playoff appearance. In the conference finals, the Capitals would once again eliminate the Islanders in 5 games once again. In 14 games, Demidov would score 21 points. He is still a 90. In 79 games, Demidov would score a surprising 104 points. The Islanders would finish 3rd and would make the playoffs. In the second round, the Islanders would be eliminated to the Devils in a sweep. In 8 games, Demidov would score 11 points. In his final contract year, he is still a 90. In 82 games, Demidov would score 87 points. The Islanders would make the playoffs, finishing 9th. In the second round, the Penguins would eliminate the Islanders in 6 games. In 12 games, Demidov would score 16 points. Demidov would receive a new 6-year contract for $9.9 million, basically $10 million, but close enough. Also, he is still a 90. In 82 games, Demidov would score 100 points. The Islanders would finish 8th and make the playoffs. In 7 games, the Islanders would lose to the Rangers. In those 7 games, Demidov would score 8 points. Demidov is now down to an 89. In 82 games, Demidov would score 92 points. Also forgot to take a picture, but the Islanders would make the playoffs, but in the first round they would be eliminated to the Devils in 6. In 6 games Demidov would score 5 points. He is now an 88. In 72 games Demidov would score 68 points. The Islanders would finish 16th and miss the playoffs. Demidov is now all the way down to an 85. In 81 games Demidov would score 54 points. The Islanders would finish 12th and make the playoffs this time. In the first round the Islanders would be eliminated to the Panthers in 6 games. In those 6 games Demidov would score 4 points. Nearing retirement Demidov is now an 83. Demidov would only play 61 games and would score 36 points. The Islanders would finish 27th in the league and miss the playoffs. In the last year of his contract he is now down to an 81. In 79 games Demidov would score 16 points. The Islanders would finish 30th. Demidov would receive a new 2-year contract for $1.3 million and is also now a 77. Demidov would play 20 AHL games and would score 24 points, but in the NHL he would play 11 games and score no points. Bridgeport would finish 11th and make the playoffs. Unfortunately, in the first round the Penguins would eliminate Bridgeport in 5 games. In 5 AHL playoff games Demidov would score 4 points. At the age of 38 Demidov decided it was finally time to retire. Here are his stats, pause to read if you would like. Demidov would also have his jersey number retired by the Islanders. In assists Demidov would have 850 assists and would be placed 46th all-time in assists. In games played for Islanders history Demidov played 1,403 games, placing him first all-time in Islanders games played. Demidov scored 482 points and placed third for Islanders goals. In assists Demidov scored 850th, placing him second all-time in Islanders history behind Bryan Trottier. In points Demidov scored 1,332 points, placing him second once again behind Bryan Trottier. Hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye.